Hi, everybody. Sorry for the adjustment there. Hi, I'm John Sylvain, and I am here, the inventor of the three simple steps. And if you're interested in more about that, please visit my blog at the 3simplesteps.com/blog. And my intention here is to broadcast or Facecast every morning at about 6:35 or soon afterwards. And my intention is to give people who join me, and for anybody else who watches later, tips or ideas that will help your day go better. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Marty. Good morning, Joe. So, a couple things I wanted to say. I offer a trivia question every day. That'll come at the end of whatever this is, Facebook Live. I think Facecast is a good thing, at least for me to use, because I'm broadcasting my face mostly. And I have some notes here. I wrote this down so that I would seem more organized and get through this quicker. And the time it took me to do that meant that my beginning of my Facecast was a little late. As usual, I have my dog with me. In the background, you're probably going to hear the sounds of our family getting ready to go off to school and to work, and I apologize for that. I got a lot of comments yesterday from I got comments from my mother and from Joe. That was my dog. I'm patting my dog. He's incredibly dusty. He goes out into the backyard and rolls around in the dust, and then he demands to be. Here, you have to see it. This is my dog. Porthos. Say hello, Porthos.
Hello, Porthos.
Okay, so I have set up a YouTube channel to capture these videos for later use, so you can recommend that to people. I'd also like to ask you to tell people about these videos. I'm trying to build an audience and actually start a new business, and you are the beginning of that business. So thank you. So we do this every day, Monday through Friday at 6:35. Everybody who's listening right now, who's on, which I think is Marty, Joe, and Deb, and my mother, Debbie, already know that. So, but maybe someone who watches it later will see that. I'm putting all these videos up on a YouTube channel. My goal is to have them all up there by Monday morning and be able to announce that you can see them all on the YouTube channel on Monday morning. Speaking of goals, I actually said on Monday that I would finish up proofing my novel by Wednesday. I forgot to mention that I actually accomplished that goal. So that's ready, and that'll be ready for people to. I can send that out to the launch team. I'm going to send it out to the launch team starting today. If you want to be on the launch team and you're not already signed up, then let me know in the comments for this video, and I will send you a PDF copy of the Space Academy, and you can start reading it. To be on the launch team, you have to agree to read the book, which is a huge agreement. It's 200 plus pages. And then you have to review it. You also have to buy it on Amazon when it comes out, the week that it comes out. But it's going to be very cheap for Kindle. And I will send you a T-shirt, a really cool Space Academy T-shirt that people will ask about and say, "Hey, that's really cool. You're very sexy." That's definitely guaranteed to happen. And then I want people to write a review on Amazon, and I want it to be honest. It's best if they are a mixture of 4 and 5 stars. I'm pretty sure you'll like it because everybody who's read it so far has liked it. My wife likes it. My writers group likes it. So that was my goal, and I achieved that goal, and I'm very excited about it. Now here's a quote that will inspire the rest of this little Facecast, and this is each chapter of The Space Elevator, which was the first book that's available on Amazon, and the Space Academy start with a quote, and some of them are from real quotes from the past, Earth past, and some of them are from the future that I invented. So they're fake quotes, but they're real quotes because I wrote them, so they're real. So here's the quote. A romance is a story that ends after the first kiss. A comedy ends after the villain is caught. A tragedy ends after the hero dies. The trick is to wait until you like the ending and then declare that the story is over. So, and that's by Mrs. Chukwa. Mrs. Chukwa is the galactic history teacher at the Space Academy, and she's a giant space turtle. And she's not as big, but she's inspired by Gamera. And if you know who Gamera is, it makes you a happy person. Now, somebody's trying to get through that door, and it's not opening, so they're unhappy about that. Very strange. There's so much noise in my house. Okay, so romance. I heard this in a seminar I took, but it's very exciting. A romance is a story that is full of adventure and love, right? Not necessarily a love story. So a romance, like Robin Hood, the story of Robin Hood could be a romance. So when you look back on your life, this person who told me this pointed out, if you look back at your life, there are times when things are romance. You think of a romance as something that happens in high school or in college or right after college, right? So when I heard this, I was about 40, and I thought, yeah, I romanticized what was happening to me and my friends when I was just out of college and we were starting a theater. And it was pretty romantic, right? Or maybe, your first job, or when you met your set of friends, or college. I mean, college is full of romance. It's because people are telling themselves this story about, we are the special group. We are, this group of friends that I have are the special group. The thing is, we tell ourselves this story sort of as it's happening, and in hindsight, and that makes it exciting. We stop doing that. You can do that at any time. You can declare that you're living in a romantic time at any time in your life. You can see the people that are with you in your life as fellow adventurers, not just when you're 20 or in college or in high school, or starting out some kind of endeavor, or on a vacation, on an adventure vacation. You can say that at any time. So I decided to declare that everybody who's watching this Facecast on a regular basis, and there's Vince and Marty's now a watcher, and Joe is the reason I do this, really, and my mom, and Todd Brown just joined, and he's off and on there, and Kate Clark and Julie Prudhomme joins, and I'm thinking of someday this is going to be huge. Someday this is going to be a gigantic movement, and you can look back and say, I was one of the first to start watching this. And I really have hopes for the Friday morning dance party. I hope that this is valuable, and I hope that people keep on, joining me and saying, oh, yeah, I want to start my day with John Sylvain because he's got something valuable to offer me. But I really hope that everybody says, Friday morning, I get up and I dance because of Friday morning dance party. So that's one romance that you can sort of jump into, the adventure, the romantic idea of the Friday morning dance party. The Friday morning dance party movement. I was one of the first. Like my brother used to love the Police. He loved the Police. The band. He loved the Police. And then they got really big with Ghost in the Machine, and he stopped loving them. Partly because the music got a little bit more complicated and he didn't like that as much, but mostly because everybody else liked them. So it was no longer romantic. It wasn't his band. And I'm sure we all have had that experience. So look around at what you're experiencing, what you're doing in your life, and if you're no longer between the ages of 17 and 23, go, oh, this is the romance. This is romantic. So Pete Parachi just joined. I'm going to adjust this microphone. Probably not. Doesn't make a difference. Pete Parachi just joined, and he was part of a romantic time in my life when we were working at Mama Leone's in Hampton Beach. And God, we're telling ourselves these stories about ourselves. And my point is that you can tell yourself stories about anything, and you can do it in hindsight. You can say, "Oh, that was a glorious time." It might be a terrible time. I was working 70 hours a week dishwashing when I was there, but I loved it. And you can love anything. You can love anything. You just add a little adventure and spice to it with your storytelling apparatus. You know where the storytelling apparatus is kept? It's up here. All right, enough of this. I want you all to have a wonderful time. Here is the answer to yesterday's trivia question. I still don't remember what Tuesday's trivia question was. I will definitely look it up as I upload these videos to YouTube. And I'll tell you all about the new YouTube channel on Monday. So you can tell people, oh, you can go look at this, and I'll organize it so people can get what they need from it. So the trivia question from yesterday was the second oldest college in the country. Anybody have any guesses? 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's the College of William and Mary, named after William and Mary, the kings of England, king and queen of England, who took over. I don't remember when. Okay, so that's the second oldest college in the country. It's a public college in Virginia. Okay, now here's a tough one and really interesting. I just found this out this morning. A language that I had never heard of until about 15 years ago is the fourth most spoken language in the United States. First it's English, then it's Spanish, then it's Chinese, and then it's this language. And here's the hint. It is spoken by 0.5% of the people in this country. It is spoken by 2% of the population, 2.2% of the population of California, and 5.3% of the population of Hawaii. Now, the reason that it's not as sort of obvious, I think, is that most people who speak this language also speak English. And I say most, like 1.5 million people speak this language, and 1.4 of them speak English very well. As opposed to something like 35 million people speak Spanish, and 25 million of those people speak English well. So there's 10 million people who just speak Spanish. And a similar thing with Chinese, which is the second most popular language. So you're going to hear people speaking Spanish and Chinese to each other. You may not hear people speaking the fourth most common language in the United States as much out in public because most of those people are speaking English. And that experience that I'm talking about is California. People in Maine don't hear a lot of people speaking Spanish to each other, or at least I don't think, as much as they hear it here in California. All right, so fourth most popular language in the United States, language I never heard of until about 15 years ago. Can you guess what it is without looking it up? If you can, put it in the comments, and I will give you total credit. So anyway, have a wonderful day. Create a great romance today. And again, the romance is not necessarily a love story. It is an adventure story. Sometimes it includes love. An adventure story with passion and excitement. So maybe today is the beginning of a great romance. All right. Thanks a lot. See you later. Tell people. And say goodnight, Porthos. Good night, Porthos.